Good morning, everyone. This is Paula, and today we're finally going to be starting to do our next design team for Cheaply Chic. Cheaply Chic, and these books are designed by Lynette and at Cheaply Chic, and I'll put a link below for you. Now, I'm on her design team, so we are going to start to work on this book. The second I got this book from her, I felt like it was late 60s, early 70s vibe going on. And even though it is about hope, hope can happen in any time zone or time era or whatever you want to call it. So this is the book for this month, which would be for June, I guess, or July. I have to figure it out. Give me a minute. Okay, so we missed 1 month, which was May, so this is June. This is for June. So this is how the book came. It did not have these pom-poms on here, okay? That's my little thing that I added so that it would be dry before we did the video. So I want to show those to you. Aren't they cute? All different colors, which I felt like allows me to do any color in this book I want. And it is going to be like a rainbow of colors, bright colors. 70s. And here is the peach. I also added this pom-pom that I found at Tuesday morning. I felt like it said it all. You know, it was the right colors and everything. I actually got a whole pack of them. So you'll see them in the future again, I'm sure, for $2.49. Has 4 in here at Tuesday morning. They're by Dear Lizzie. And it's by American Crafts. So I know Lynette didn't get her shipment of seam binding, but I'm so glad that she didn't, because at first I wasn't sure, and then I realized it just allowed me to do more color in the book. So I kind of pulled out some of my stuff. The pom-poms were one of them, and this little tassel was one of them, and something else I pulled out, where did it go, was just some old flowers. And this flower was on the very top. It's like it said it all. It needs to be right here, right? And I'm going to add it at the very end, right where these stems are. And now I'm perfectly happy. I would have been anyway, but I'm perfectly happy with my seam binding. So we have a lot to be hopeful for, don't we, in this season of our lives. You know, I have been thinking about hope a lot during this virus time, this COVID-19, and just in our world in general. So I think we should all think about hope, be rooted in hope, and do what we can for one another. Okay, so I am going to glue this on, like I said, at the very end. So I'm going to set it to the side with the seam binding. And I just love these tassels. I bought these a long time ago, and I thought to myself at that time, what are you going to do with those? You don't have a thing to do with those. You don't have anything that will work with those. I do now. So I also like that she put the leaves on here, the trim, because it is a season of flowers too, right? We have a lot of flowers going on, and we have flower power for the 70s, late 60s, 70s, or 60s and 70s. I was born in 56, but I enjoyed the 60s and 70s, late 60s and 70s. So let's get started. This book has, you know, the 15 or so pages in it. You end up with 30 pages. I use the inside and outside cover too, so I feel like that's a bonus. Now, in this book, we have a lot of tea-stained paper. We have this cute little wood grain with floral stationery paper. She tea-stained everything. Here is a green, bright green bag. You know, I love that. And it came with a bright yellow bag, too, in your kit, which we're going to make a book out of, which is what she suggested. And I think that's a great idea. And so, yeah. And then it has some floral pages in here from different books. Music sheets. And I love that this one has writing on it. Because, you know, back on February 10th of some year, they were doing a musical or something with this music. So, yeah. And then here's a fold-out piece. And I just love that we have a blank slate to get started on here. And it just goes on. And here's the music sheet. Again, the second half. There is the floral, and it's yellow. Green bag. And here is the second half of that stationery sheet in the wood grain. So, I'm excited. I've missed not having this to do last month because I have so much fun doing it. So, what I'm going to do first is, you know, I always do my first page here. And sometimes I do my center page. I haven't decided what my center page is going to be yet. So, I'm concentrating on each day at the moment. And so, I always like to put my library pocket right here on. Let me empty some of this stuff out of it. I've got all kinds of goodies inside this little pocket. I did put my Rooted in Hope letter from Lynette in here. I think I'm going to turn it over where you can see the butterflies. Now, this has adhesive on the back. I still would suggest adding some. And I'm going to put it here, but I want to decorate it. So I'm going to take this out long enough to decorate it. And let's see. I have wallpaper from the kit. This was much bigger, but I cut it down to fit on this side here. And we can either make this a pocket or just make it wallpaper. Maybe with a pocket down here. I like having pockets. I like having anything to journal on. Because I don't journal super long, drawn out stuff. This wallpaper is from another month. It was still in my basket of goodies. I don't take out anything that was from previous months if I can use it in this month. So I cut this out to fit right there. And I just felt like this peach and gray, multi-peach colors in gray fit perfect right there and looked really good right here, right on this front page. So that's going on here. So let's put that on first. I'm not going to ink. I say I'm not, but then I will. So let's just ink with Vintage Photo. I don't, sometimes I just like to sit down and not ink. Do you ever feel that way? But then I don't end up liking it as much. So we're going to ink because I want to love it when I'm done. So I just pull this adhesive slip back and ink around this. And I'm going to pull this up and ink inside the pocket. You probably won't see most of that because it's going to be covered, but just in case. Okay, so there we go. Now we're going to cover it up using Fabra Tack Today. My favorite. Until it starts going crazy, it's my favorite. Okay, get around the edges. the best you can so things don't roll up on the ends. And otherwise, it doesn't take that much. Okay. And I'm going to do it like this. If you look at this wallpaper, it kind of has a, like blocks. It looks like blocks that you would step up on. It's kind of a cool design. Okay, so in the kit, we also had, where did it go? Where did it go? I thought I had a little, where did it go? Is it down in the pocket? Of course not. Is it on the floor? No. What did I do? This is so funny because, you know, this is typical, isn't it? You get ready to do your well, let's go ahead and put some of this trim. When I find it, we'll come back and do it. It's just a little card that says family, I believe, on it. Or journal. It says journal on it. And I just wanted to put it on there, but it's not that big a deal. We'll find it. Trust me, I find stuff all the time I've been looking for. Do you do that in your craft room? It's like things just kind of, something gets scooted under something, and it's usually after you don't need it anymore. So I'm going to put this at the very top of this library card, just to kind of give it a little bit of a design there, matching. And I'm just going to put some vintage photo around it. I forgot to do it on here, of course. That's a bad habit of mine. Okay. And so we just want it to dry right there. Now, you also will have room on the back. I journal my first day and sometimes my second day, depending on what I have to say, with this card. So there we go with that. Now, I'm going to go ahead and put it on, and then we can go forward with the rest of this design. You know, I'm going to keep things pretty simple this month. I think I say that. I pulled out things that made me think of the 70s colors, which was every color really, right? And yeah, that's pretty much what my plan is. I'm going to come down here and put this right at the bottom and let it dry. I'm going to kind of push down on it so we can get make sure the paper is straight on here. Now, I'm going to put this inside. I know that I was going to put like maybe some butterflies on here because I really like this color. But I haven't got that far yet. So let's wait a minute on that. Now, as far as this goes, I'm still looking for my little piece of card that says, I thought it said family or journal. But, of course, it's nowhere to be found. Okay, well, no biggie. It'll show up. So over here, I kind of trimmed this wallpaper because I liked that it kind of went with this and pretty well. But the thing is it is going to curve around. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put some glue. I'm going to lay it like this. This is the back side. I'm going to put some glue right on this edge, so it fits right up on there real nicely. I want it to curve around. I don't know if it will hold doing that. Now, I have decided not to do it as a pocket, obviously, since I am putting glue everywhere. but you could. You could do a top loading or a side loading pocket if you wanted to. Okay, now I'm going to turn this a little bit, which I did not ink it ahead of time. And I'm going to slide it all the way up under there the best I can. I want it to glue under there, but I don't know if this is going to help it or not. We'll see, right? Okay, now I'm going to pull it up just a tiny bit right here. It's not going to cover perfect, but it's covering. That's the main thing. And I'm just going to, yeah, let it just be like a wallpaper. That made it pretty easy. That was easy for getting it in the spine here by sliding it up and under with glue on it. Now, of course, it will have to dry, and hopefully it will stay like it's supposed to. Isn't that pretty? Oh my goodness, I love it. I think we're going to have a butterfly that we kind of put over here, but we are going to make a pocket. Oh, I found it. It says lovely. Yeah, of course I found it. I like it because, get this, it has that little look of the library drawer. And I just thought, how cute is that? We're going to put it on there. And I'm going to do it like a little pocket. Should I decide to stick something very tiny in there? It was stuck to the back. I knew we'd find it. So since this is our library pocket, I figure we can make it look like a library drawer. And I love that it says lovely. There. Now, because of this brown wood grain, I had this really cool cut down side, because I sized it to fit here, wood tea stain that looks really cool that I got from a lady named Carol. I don't have her shop in front of me. I'm sorry, but she's a friend of Gail's. But this is going to go right here, and we're going to do it as a pocket. Now, I'm going to ink the tops and sides. I did forget to ink this. Sorry, guys. I got so excited about putting it in the right spot that I forgot to ink it. Nice thing about this is it's not going anywhere, right? So, just going to ink the front here. Give it a little ink up at the top. Here's some on the bottom. Yeah, there we go. All right, now I'm going to put glue on the two sides and the bottom and make a little pocket out of this. I don't know if I planned any kind of tag for this yet. I may not have. We'll come up with something. Believe it or not, I don't always plan everything to the T. I go in spurts. Sometimes I'm so organized, and other times I'm like, So I'm going to put this down around because it's the exact size. I got a little bit of glue coming out right there. How cute. I like that the tones are, the brown tones are working together. Making sure there's no glue. Pushing this down really good here in the spine so that sticks really nicely. Now, I have not made a pocket for this, obviously, because I don't see one. So let me grab something to make. We have different kinds of tags this month, but we also have, I'm doing a lot of mushrooms too in this book, just so you know. Now we need this to be kind of in the brown tones, right? And look what I have. Ooh, I just found a tag like this, which I think will work great. Now, I want to put a butterfly up here, and we'll put this down in here, and we'll put some fibers that color, the same kind of peachy pink. Who knows? I don't know the exact, the exact color. Tangerine, I don't know. It could go on and on. But all I care about is that I like it. Okay, so this is a good side to journal on. And this was by the same lady that did this. Okay, now, yeah, this will go in there great. And the only thing is I don't like that it's covering that up. Let me see if I have some smaller tags. Oh, yep, I do. I got several smaller tags. Look at that. How cool is that? And then this one's neat too. I like that better because it doesn't swallow up our flower completely, right? And that makes a difference to me. So I'm inking up my tag. I don't know how this lovely Carol lady does this tea staining, but she's amazing. Okay, now I think what we'll do is we'll put a butterfly on the tag at the top. That way it doesn't interfere with, and then we can put, I want to put something at the top. I just don't know what we can put up there to make it look. Maybe we should just do the butterflies up here. No, that's too much. Or maybe a butterfly here, flying away or flying in. Okay, let me think. This one kind of blends because it's so close to that color, right? I like having this where you can see the stitching. I think I'm going to put it right here. And I'm not going to ink these butterflies because I want them to kind of stick up, and because they're gold around the edges. Okay, so this one's going to go right here. After those dry a little bit, I will come back and put a little rhinestone on their head so you can see their little head. Let's see. Lay down. I'm going to let it lay down to dry because it, otherwise it's not going to be happy. All right, there is that one. And then over here, I think I'm going to put it up in the corner so the card, moving the card in and out doesn't aggravate the butterfly. Okay. All right. We're going to put it right here so it doesn't stick out. Now, I told you we were going to do some mushrooms, right? Let me get some small mushrooms. I got to find them. What did I do with them? Where are my small mushrooms? There they are. I have quite a few. I just got to get them dug out here. There's several. I just thought we could put one set of mushrooms right here. Now, these are Tim Holt's Embellishment. Their Ideology. It's one of his new ephemera packs. Basically, they're not called ephemera, but one of their ephemera packs have a lot of mushrooms in it. And I want to put mushrooms throughout this book a little bit. So we're going to decorate that with a little mushroom, right? And I'll probably use some labels throughout this book because labels are kind of in, and I like them. Now, as far as the topper, we could do a lot of things. I love adding, look at this. I love this little topper. I don't know if it will go all the way through this or not, but I really love it. Let's see what happens. Let me take it out and play with it here. I doubt it will go through. Oh my gosh, it's going to go through. Yay. I found this amongst some scraps of stuff. Don't ask me. I don't even know where it came from. Do you ever have things like that? I was cleaning out this bottle of goodness that my sister gave me, and it just had a little bit of everything in it. And this was in there, just this lonesome little thing. And I already knew what the book this month was going to look like. So I was thinking, I want to add that to my tag if I can. Or to one of the tags, because it wasn't very much. Okay, I'm trying to get this to wrap around this very short string. And I'm not giving up until we get it in there. And you know, I have trouble with little tiny things. Oh my. All right, come on. Cooperate, fingers. We have one short string and one longer string, thank goodness. There, now I'm going to wrap it back. Get in there. I've already got the first tie. If I can just get the second tie. I don't know if it worked. Let me see. It's kind of just laying there like, what do you want me to do? It's tucked through there, but got to be able to get hold of it. There we go. Now, one more time. One more tie. Come on. Spend my whole video trying to get this little thing to tie. But it's going to. I should use something here that I can kind of pull it through. That will help, right? Yep, it did. And there we go. And I'm not cutting that off. I don't care if it's the little strings. Look at this, you guys. How cute is that? I know some of you are thinking, I don't get it, Paula. Well, it makes me think, you know, 70s. And I just lied because I don't really like these little strings on top. So they're coming off. And we'll just hope they stay together. If they don't, it wasn't meant to be, right? Because it, you know, it's got to look good. There we go. Now, if we have this kind of over this way, maybe it will be leaning this direction. But I like the way it looks. Okay. So, we could add something here. But I think for now, I'm going to let this page be done. And I hope you guys like it. Now, we're going to do another. We're not done yet. We've got time to do at least one more. So let's flip over to this next page. Do we want to do it on page 2? Or do we want to skip some pages? You know, you never know. Okay, let me see what I'm going to do. I'm thinking that I have this paper scrap. I have a scrap of paper. I could do it on the second page, or I could do it here. I have a scrap of paper that I found in some old stuff. I love that. It looks 70s to me. And it's like a little tag you add on top of things, right? We got to use that. And there's several more. So we may use a bunch of them. But first of all, I have a piece of paper scrap from way back when that matches this. See? What do you think? I think it's so cool. I think we need to put it right there as a pocket. Now, you're saying we just did a pocket. Well, we're going to need a lot of pockets. And I like pockets. It's my thing. I like to do pockets. And so we're going to do it on the opposite side of the page. Anyway, so there we go. And we've got that. And I had decided that we needed to use a blue tag, which came in the kit. Once upon a time, it did not come in this kit, but it came in one of the last few months. I know I didn't have any blue tags until I started doing her design team. So I know it came, you know, so it's going to go there after we glue it. There's that one. And I don't know what we're going to do as far as that goes yet. But on this other side, I'm going to do a side tuck with this cool butterfly picture. Isn't that cool? Now, mind you, I'm thinking we could put this at the top. You can do it, you know, more than one way. You can do it like this, or you can do it like this. And I like it like it's really meant to be done like this, okay? Now, going to put that tag right there. Going to do a mushroom because it just speaks to me. Also, we could put this over here. And over here, we could do something different. But what? That's the question. What do we want to put over here? Well, I have this really fun flower. I know, right? It's got to go on this page. And I'm thinking we're going to need some tickets. Maybe do a collage or something. I got stuff stuck on here that doesn't go. Like these little red and green. I mean, not red. Did I say red? Paula. Yellow ticket and green price tag. Maybe we could put those like a topper. Let's do them like a topper. Let's ink them first, because they need a little bit of ink. Hasn't been that long that I've filled my ink, so there's no telling how dark these end up. I'm trying not to put too much on there. So let's go ahead and ink this too. Now I'm going to round the corner on the one corner right here. So we need to pull that out. Whoops. And we'll round this corner. That way it doesn't get bent over time, because it's going to go right here. And so we're going to take this and do it like this. I like it like that. So we'll put it on here. And then I thought, what else can we put on there, you know, to kind of go with this? We have a lot of different mushrooms. We've also got some little mushroom. Oh, this is cute. Where'd my ticket go? I just pulled it right off, didn't I? There's my ticket. Okay, now I've got several little mushrooms. I've also got like this little mushroom. I don't like that. That was like a little card or something. How about this little mushroom right there? Think. Where's my stapler? Let me get my stapler over here. It kind of went down and is falling asleep in the bottom of my box. So let's do this. Yeah, there we go. Now, that can act as your topper, okay? And we could put it on the blue side to kind of spread out some color. And over here, what can we do over here? Now, I also have this cool yellow label. But what do we put on it? We could put a mushroom on it, since we're kind of thinking we like the mushrooms, right? Or put some labels. Let's go ahead and put this down so it can be drying, because we know we're going to use this, right? And I'm trying to get it as narrow as I can. Now we want this to go all the way down here and over into this area right there. There we go. Now, we don't want it to stick. Oh, of course, it slid down a little bit. Let me bring it up, because it was showing on the other side. A lot of sticky going on. Okay, so we have a little bit right here that won't fit down in the fit down inside, so we're going to trim that if I can find my scissors. Yeah, I'm using my Tim Holtz scissors. They're those. The sticky stuff doesn't bother Tim Holtz stuff, but they do wear out after a while. I can't find another pair in the red. The black ones I've bought, you guys have heard me, I've bought several of them, and they're too tight. I can't get them loosened up. I don't know what the deal is. Okay, so we've got that there. Now, let me look and see what else we got over here. Because we need to go ahead and glue this too. Let's go ahead and glue this along the bottom and up the side. Have us a little tuck spot. Kind of a tuck pocket, really, is what it's going to end up being. Now, I also pulled out of some of my stuff that I've been kind of saving. Lynette probably doesn't know this. I don't think I've ever told her. But my son was a hippie. Hippie, big time. Hippie when he got out of high school. Or as he was getting out of high school. His hair was to his waist. He was in an alternative rock band. Yeah, my son was a true hippie. He toured the United States and even stayed in a hotel that was above the red carpet one year when there was award ceremonies in California or Hollywood. He called me and he says, Mom, you wouldn't believe what I'm watching right now. And as the people were walking along the red carpet, he was telling me, so-and-so's at the red carpet. And I'm like, what? Are you really? And he goes, yes, I am. And we can't get out of the hotel. We're stuck in here until it's over. I said, oh, that's funny. Okay, so we could put this on here. I like that too. I want to use it, but I don't want to. Let me get another tag. Let me look. Maybe we'll use one of the big tags that has that design. The one I had earlier. Let me see if I can find it now. I don't know what I did with it. Okay, where did you go, tag? Oh, there it is. There it is. Now, I don't really like using two big tags. Oh, I like that better, don't you? Maybe we'll do that. And we'll do this over here. I like that. This flower has found its home. I'm going to put it right at the top of this. Now, all of these designed, tea-stained designed papers came out of my stash. And I'll tell you why I'm using them. I'm using them instead of just using plain ones because I want to keep some of them. I just think they're so awesome. And I use them in my journals and different things that I make to sell. But I want to keep some for myself because I just think they're so cool. So that's really why I'm using them. Now, my glue is coming through there, which means I need to plug that with a little circle punch. Give me a second, and I'm going to get a little circle punch. This one should be big enough, probably. And I'm just going to punch a little piece of something and stick on the back. Here's some wallpaper. Let's see if it will. Yep, it did. That was some leftover wallpaper. We're going to put it, let me make sure this is in the center. Okay, we're going to put it right here so we don't have glue sticking to everything. Have you ever done that? Okay. It just keeps things, and once it dries, if it falls off, then it's okay. But if it doesn't, then it looks good. You see what I mean? Okay. All right, there we go. Now, I don't want to stick that down too far. But now I'm feeling kind of, what do I do? Because I wanted to use this up here. And I feel like it would do better with a smaller tag. So I'm going to cut this off. It has a perforated line right here. I don't know if you can see right there. So we're going to take it off right there and see if this size will be better. But we're going to ink it. We'll ink it first. Now, there we go. Yeah, much better. Now let's ink this just around the outside. Go ahead and ink the back too, because it will show on other pages, right? Let's do it like this. And I'll ink it around here because it will show on other pages. There we go. Now, yeah. Now I hope I didn't bend it too much. I want it to stay on. There we go. Okay, nothing fancy. This page is nothing fancy. Pretty simple, but it feels a little 70s to me. I'm thinking I want a mushroom down here. Might be our little thing is to stick a mushroom on every page. Not really. I don't have that many. But, yeah. I'm going to leave that because this is special. I like the way that looks. Everything is not matchy-matchy. Just so you know, nothing's matchy-matchy. Overly matchy-matchy. I'm trying to be better at not being so matchy-matchy. That's my kind of my goal, is to not try to match everything. Okay, so let me see what time it is. Okay, so this is a 42-minute video. I'm going to stop the video and pick up with part 2. All right, guys. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, give me a thumbs up. And, oh, before you go, we're going to glue this flower down. Okay? We don't have time to go on and do another page. So we're going to have to save it for part 2. When it's time for part 2. Okay, here we go. Now this is going to go right here where the leaves are. Now see, this will get dry in between videos. All right. Now, just so you know, what I was going to tell you a second ago is we will be doing some 70s kind of vibe in here just for fun. And let me make sure this side has plenty of ink or plenty of glue behind it. So it's going to have, you're going to see things off and on that look kind of 70s. But Lynette, what I was going to tell you is my son was a hippie. He was a hippie. He's much better now, but he still has it in his blood. And he and his wife both, I mean, they both were hippies. And I'll never forget him bringing his wife home the first time. And her swirling in a circle, barefooted, with a kind of long, flowy skirt. And her hair was just flying because it was like to her hiney. And, yeah. They were hippies. But my son owned a 67 Volkswagen van. It was white and it had the orange psychedelic flower-like curtains inside. It had the little kitchenette in it. And it was one of the more rare ones. Each hubcap was a different primary color. It still had all the original stickers on it from the 60s and 70s. The tire had a peace sign in the middle, the spare tire. So it was a lot of fun. I enjoyed, I'm not gonna lie, I didn't enjoy it at the time. I was wanting him to go off to college right away, and he wanted to wait. And what can I say? He met his wife, who we absolutely love. I'm going to put some bling on these butterflies. Hold on. Forgot to do that. So we have time for you to do that with me. Let's see, what color? I kind of think we want to do kind of that fuchsia color, but I want them to be more sparkly. I have a box full of bling. It's just everywhere. These little sparkly ones are fun. They're pretty big, but let's see. I don't care. I don't care. This is going to be a carefree book. This is not going to be a serious, over-the-top serious book, right? Okay, so we're going to use our glitter glue to put our gems down. Now, what I do is I just put a pile of glue where the head is supposed to be. I'm going to find a small one here. I don't want to put one of these giant ones on there. And get my little tweezers. I always add glue because I don't trust that they will. I hope it stays on there. You know, this book's going to be moved around a lot. And I'm going to also add some antennas. Yeah, and I'm going to add it up here as well, because they just don't look right without that, right? So now let's put some glue on this little guy's head. And looks like it's leaning a little bit here, but I'll watch them, and if we have to add some more, we will. Now, these are very old little gems. You can tell they're kind of tired looking. Okay, now let me look here. Okie doke. Now, voila. This is our book, and I'm happy with our first few pages. I hope you are too. All right, guys, here's our little, what do you call these? Pom-poms? Pom-poms. I don't know what you call them. They're tassels. Tassels, that's it. Okay, guys, I'll see you in the next video. Subscribe if you haven't. We'd love to have you. Welcome to all the new subscribers. I appreciate you all. See you next time. Bye.